Hello and Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Hibba, Marketing Wali, and I am a level 1 student at Rehan School Islamabad campus. So yes, today we have another guest, Brown. And so, hello sir, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you today?
I'm good too. So, sir, I introduce myself as Hibba Marketing Wali, and my name is Hibba. So, sir, can you introduce yourself first for my audience?
Yes, I am Paul Bowen. I am 81 years old. I live in Denver, which is a city in the southwest of the United States. I am married. I have two children and two grandchildren. I am retired, but I think of myself as a philosopher anyway. And I have a doctorate in philosophy from Yale University, and I have taught at Brown University and the University of Cincinnati. I I guess that's basically it. Yes.
Okay, so nice. So, my next question is for you that what inspired you to become a philosopher?
Well, when I was in my first year of college, I had a chance to take an extra course, and I chose philosophy. I didn't really know what it was, but when I found out what it was, I thought, well, this is good. This is the sort of questions I would like to deal with. And that continued through the rest of my college career. I became a philosophy major, and then I eventually got a higher degree, the degree from Yale that I mentioned. So I think it all through it seemed to me there are two things about philosophy that I liked. I liked the kind of questions that philosophy deals with. In particular, philosophy deals with normative questions. Now, a normative question is a question about what is right or wrong, or what is good or bad. And so I like dealing with questions of that kind. And so for a while, I was very interested in logic, but more recently, I have become more interested in social and political philosophy. Those are the things that ask social philosophy asks what kind of society is good. And likewise, political philosophy asks what kind of political structure is good. And so my interest of, not that I don't want to be logical, I still want to be logical, but I don't want to actually work with the technical questions of logic in the way that I did before. Uh, so I guess that is what I liked about philosophy is that first of all, philosophers at least try to be very logical. And secondly, they ask normative questions. So that's my answer.
Okay, so good answer. So, my next question is for you that why do you think philosophy is important in our daily life?
What say that? Why do I think philosophy is what?
Sir, I will send you the question in chat in okay?
Okay, that's great. That's great.
Okay, okay. Just wait a minute and here we go.
I see. Very good. Thank you very much. That's very helpful. My hearing is not so good. That's why
It's okay, it's okay.
I have dusk. So, why do you think philosophy is important in our daily lives? Well, because we have to answer normative questions. We want to do what is better to do, or the morally right thing to do. Okay, so we have to have answers to these questions, to normative questions. And if we have some say in how our society is, then we want to make our society as good a society as possible. And every day you have to make decisions based on your judgment that one thing is better than another, or one thing is right and another thing is wrong. So everybody has to have a philosophy all the time. The question is, are you interested enough to see what other philosophers have said about these things to stimulate your own thinking? And but to get to your question, the reason I think philosophy is important in our daily lives is because we have to make normative decisions all the time. Well, what are you going to do? You're going to do this, you're going to do that. You have to decide. So that's my answer.
So good answer, and I'm so happy. So, sir, my next question is for you that who inspire you the most in your journey?
Hmm. I don't think there was any one person who inspired me more than other people, but I think the people who inspired me were people who were good with logic, were logical in their thinking, and who thought about things deeply. And even if they weren't professional philosophers, I like that sort of approach to life. And uh, so some people I would admire for this reason or for that. And I think I would tend to admire people who are good people. They're nice to other people. They think about other people. Uh, and so those people inspire me. I, I think amongst philosophers, I think I'm particularly attracted to those who are very logical. Uh, In my view, not all philosophers are equally logical. Some of them are rather confused, frankly. So, uh, but the ones who inspire me are the ones that, he chose an important question. There's no use spending a lot of energy answering questions that aren't important. The other thing is he, he or she did a good job of either answering it or taking a step towards an answer. Sometimes that's all you can do is take a step towards an answer. But that's very important. If you right, if you don't take any steps towards an answer, you're not going to get there. So that's my answer.
Okay. So, my next question is for you that what is the biggest lesson? Um, okay, sorry. So, my question is that what is the biggest lesson? Hello, can you hear me?
Could you type that in, please?
Yeah, I'll send you. Okay.
There it is. What is the biggest lesson philosophy has taught you? Okay. Um, I think the biggest lesson philosophy has taught me is that the first answer you see to a question often says, "Oh, that's the right answer," or fairly early. But then later on, you think, "Well, there's something to that, but it's not really we can do better. And then you have another answer. And then after a while, you think, well, that's good, but we can do even better. So what it has taught me is that you should never be completely satisfied with an answer to an interesting question, because probably it can be improved. So there's always work to be done. There's always work to be done. So that's my answer.
Okay, nice answer. So, sir, I send you the question in the chat.
Yes, can philosophy help people become happier? Well, uh, I think I think it can, although it may be hard because sometimes philosophy is critical. Philosophy takes the answer you already believe and says, well, there's some problems with this. And that can make a person unhappy if they've been building their life around a certain way of thinking about things, and then somebody comes along and says, well, look, there's a flaw here. That's not quite right. Uh, so that could make a person unhappy. But I think if you are really dedicated to finding the truth or whatever is best, uh, you will be happier. And I would say happiness is not the reason for doing philosophy. There might be better ways to be happy. Go watch a happy movie. You know, that will make you happy. Uh, Philosophy, happy movies will probably do much better at making you feel happy than doing philosophy. But if you feel that you were meant for philosophy, that philosophy is what you want to do, then yes, it will make you it will make you happier. At some time you may be tearing your hair and say, what is the answer to this question? You know, but I don't know if that's being happy exactly. But at other times, yes, when you finally make a little progress, you say, good, good, I'm making progress. And then you're happy. So that's my answer.
Okay, nice. So, my next question is for you that how can students use philosophy in their everyday life?
Well, that goes back to what I said before, that we're always making value judgments. We're always answering normative questions. Is this better than that? And philosophy might well make you better at answering those questions. And so in this sense, you can use philosophy in everyday lives. And in a way, as I said before, I think everybody is a kind of philosopher because they're making judgments like this. The only difference between them and someone who has studied a lot of philosophy is that the person who studies a lot of philosophy might see things a little more deeply, but everybody has to make judgments about right and wrong or good and bad in their daily life. So philosophy might teach you to be more logical in the way you make these decisions. And that I think that will be a good thing because if you're more logical, you will probably do better. You know, being illogical isn't really helpful usually. So I would say, in that sense, you can use philosophy in your everyday life, and that's my answer.
Okay, nice. So, my next question is for you that what advice would you give to young people who want to think more deeply?
Hmm. Well, just studying philosophy might might be helpful, and uh, you can do that in school, or you can just take books out of the library, or there are YouTube videos about philosophy, but there you have to be very, very careful because the YouTube, like everything on the internet, has a lot of trash. and scams. Okay, so you have to be careful about trying to learn philosophy from YouTube. The best thing is to find things that philosophers have actually written or an interview with an actual philosopher. Uh, but there is nothing to be, anybody who has some idea can make a YouTube video and say, look, I just found it. Here's the answer to everything, right? But maybe not. So I would say um, study philosophy and learn logic. You can learn logic, and that will help you to be more logical in your thinking. So I guess that's my advice: learn logic and be logical. Now, I guess there's another thing now, and that is choosing the question. Right. Okay. Like I could ask the question, is one equal to one? Well, yes, of course. How about two is equal to two? Is that right? Well, yes. How about is three equal to three? Right? You have truth here, but it's not important. Right? What you want is to answer important questions that are difficult to answer, that are not just obvious. And so the skill of asking the right question is a very important skill. In your philosophy, you should spend a certain amount of time thinking, what's the really important question here? Before you waste a lot of time answering a question that wasn't all that important to begin with. So that's my answer.
Okay, so my next question is for you that how do you make different difficult decisions?
Ah, well, with difficulty, I was but yes, how do I make difficult decisions? Well, you have to balance off the energy of thinking and the importance of the decision. And also, there's a time question. Some decisions have to be made right away. So you have to have the skill of making decisions quickly when you just don't have time to do anything else. And here I would say, just trust your, what else can you do? You have to trust your own judgment. Okay. Uh, if you have more time, then you can think about it, you can use logic. Uh, and in the end, most of the really interesting problems in life that you come up with, you're not going to suddenly see the perfect answer. So you're always taking a risk. You see, life is full of risk, and there's really no way around that. So you have to learn to be satisfied with the answer that seems like it's the best, seems like it might work. And if it doesn't work, well, you thought about it, you chose the one that seemed to work. You're just unlucky. As far as I can see, there's a certain amount of luck in life. You can't blame yourself if you do the wrong thing. If you gave it the thought it deserves, then you have done the right thing, even if it doesn't turn out the way the way you had hoped. But just give each decision the amount of thought that it deserves, and then proceed. And I don't think there's any way to do any better than that. Maybe tomorrow, ask me again tomorrow, maybe I'll change my mind, but that's what I think right now. That's my answer.
Okay, so good answer. So, sir, my next question is for you that what is your definition of success?
I think if a person, I mean, let's talk about the whole life. All right. What makes your whole life a success? To talk about that first. I would say your life is a success if you have at every point done your best to make the world a better place than it would otherwise have been. Okay. And then this goes back to my previous questions. You can be wrong, but I still count you as a success if you made a good faith effort to do good for the world. But maybe you made a mistake. Maybe there was something you didn't know. But well, you must make a good faith effort to learn what you need to know. If you honestly make the attempt to learn what you need to know to make your decisions, and then you're honestly making that decision in order to make the world a better place, then you've done it. You're perfect. You're successful. You're completely successful. Even if it doesn't turn out the way you thought, that's not the important thing. The important thing is that you were honestly trying to make a good decision to make the world a better place. As long as you're doing that, as far as I'm concerned, you're a complete success. So, so that's my answer.
Okay, so my next question is for you that how do you stay positive during difficult times?
Ah, well, I don't always do that. I mean, sometimes when things are tough, I don't I can lose my optimism. But on the whole, what I just said in my previous question applies here. That's what I tell myself. I tell myself, look, this is difficult. I may not be able to solve this problem, but I'm making an honest effort to do the right thing. And as long as I'm making an honest effort to do the right thing, then I'm a success. So, so I tell myself that in difficult times, I say, well, this is not working out the way I thought it, the way I had hoped it was, but I tried. I tried. And and I guess another thing is just don't lose track of the beauty of the world. If you have uh, one flower and you look at it closely, you say, this is a very beautiful thing. And the world is like that. It's a very beautiful world. And sometimes we get so busy trying to win some contest or accomplish something that we forget that life is wonderful just as it is. Okay. And if you keep that in mind, it's wonderful to be here and to be a human being and to see things and to do things and to think about these. All these things are wonderful, even if they don't turn out just the way you thought. So I would also say that you can stay positive, untangle yourself for a moment from all the problems that you have, and just look at the world and see how wonderful it is. And this will help you to stay positive. That's my answer.
So good answer. So my next question is for you that what is one mistake that taught you an important lesson?
Ah, well, I can tell you one thing about that is some people, I'm sure you have learned a bit of this yourself. You can't help it really. Some people are trouble. They are disturbed in their minds, and they are not going to be helpful to you. Okay. And so you have a decision to make. Well, maybe I can help this person to become a better person. Okay. And that's a wonderful idea. But sometimes you just have to recognize that this particular person is not going to listen to you. This person is not going to change, no matter how hard you try. So there are other things you could be doing with your energy than trying to make this person better. So you can just say, I hope this person finds someone or something who will help them get over this problem that they have, but it's not me. Okay. If you start taking responsibility for everyone you meet, then you're just going to be completely frustrated. And that happened to me, and I experienced a lot of frustration because there was a certain person that I was trying to deal with. And but this person was just manipulating me. And so eventually I had to just wash my hands of the relationship. And that's sad. That's sad to have to give up. But remember, every time you give up something, you have freed your energy for something else. So don't waste your energy on something that is impossible. And so that's my answer.
Okay, so much thank you, and Mr. Brown, for sharing your valuable thoughts and experience with us. And we truly enjoyed this conversation and learned many meaningful lessons from you. So, everyone, thank you for watching. So, Bound, please, can you create a heart?
How's
Thank
that?
you. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, thank you for having me. It's a great honor.
Okay,
Have a wonderful life.
you too. So, bye bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.